Yes. Hey, family. Good evening. Good
Hello,
evening.
good evening. Happy Friday, everyone.
Come on in. Come on in. We are going to have a tremendous evening this evening. Come on in. Let us know
Yes.
where you're streaming from. Let us know where you're streaming from. If you could share. Let us know where you're streaming from. Always a pleasure to be with you guys on Friday Night Live.
Yes.
Give y'all some time to get in. Boom, 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 boom.
How was everyone's week this week?
Mine was tremendous work.
It was tremendous, tremendous work.
Good work. Good work, but it's all good. It's all
Right.
good. Work is it's a great book. The Richest Man of Babylon. Work is your best friend. Could work can change your life.
Work can change anybody's life.
Yes. Come on and let us know where you're streaming from. All right, Mrs. Terry. Good evening.
Hello.
Tell your chef that bread pudding
Oh, you still
was
thinking about that?
oh my, and the rum cake. Uh, she can come back anytime she
Uh,
wants to. I just want you to know she can come back.
I'm waiting for the cookbook.
It was
I'm waiting
wow.
for the cookbook.
All right, come on in, y'all. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in.
Hello, everyone.
Bop, 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 bop. I was thinking about the cousin chronicle de la cream. I don't know if that's legal.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that
That's
because
not
that's
bad.
gonna be a video.
That's gonna be a good one. Your makeup is on fleek. I mean, golly,
Thanks, babe.
the whole coordination and all that stuff. That look good.
That's so sweet.
No, I'm being for real.
You being for real?
I'm being for real. That take that.
Thank you so much.
All right. You ready to
right.
roll, baby?
I am ready to roll. Do you have? It's a crop top,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay, but you guys aren't gonna see all that.
I just saw it and I liked it.
It's not on camera.
Hey man, it's not on camera. Well, my name is Jomo.
I'm Charmaine.
And we get together on Friday nights and we have real, raw, and relevant conversation in reference to relationships.
Right.
So we just come together and have a great time. Been married now 23 plus years.
Right.
And we are just flowing.
Yeah. Hoping to build a community of people that are trying to build healthy relationships, God-centered relationships.
Correct.
So we appreciate you guys joining us this evening.
All day long.
Do you have any Cousins Chronicles this week?
I'm gonna leave them alone right now.
Well, I know for me, the ducks have been
wow,
a lot of maintenance.
Wow.
I'm gonna give you guys a duck update in the next vlog we have here at the house.
I feel like I've been abducted.
I thought I wanted to start a farm, but this may not be the season for that. I think if I had a farm, it would be easier because we're putting the ducks in the bathroom, and then we're taking them out of the bathroom and putting them on the patio.
I don't know if y'all know.
Cleaning stuff out.
Every day, there's a duck bath and duck cleaning happening in my house.
Yes.
I don't know. And see, the funny thing to me, it's amazing to me how someone says she's tired, exhausted, all stuff, and then she adds a duck farm.
Well, no. I'm not adding a duck farm. I'm actually teaching our children. This is like...
Stop it.
Well, I could just do all book work, but it's so much easier when the kids actually want to learn. So I make it as interesting as possible. So in fact, the ducks are out here right now.
I know. I hear the ducks. I hear the ducks.
So
we have 4 ducks, 2 yellow and 2 brown.
Yes. Well, the yellow ones are actually going to turn white. They're going to be really pretty when they become adults.
Okay.
But I think that they're going to be on a farm before, like not my farm, but somebody else's farm.
That's interesting.
Before they become adults.
Hey, nothing wrong with some ducks.
Yeah. But anyway, that's our homeschooling adventure this week. Has been the ducks. But as far as our relationship goes, I've really enjoyed us exercising together in the morning. We were doing it in 2020 pretty regular. And then we kind of fell off the bandwagon with it. But anything you can do consistently in your relationship that gets you together, doing something that both of you all love doing and that's healthy, I think it's a good thing. It feels good to like kind of figure out what his day is going to be like. And just have conversation with him before we start our day.
Yeah.
So that's been really good for me.
It has been a blessing.
Yeah.
Tonight,
we are talking about why date night is important in your relationship, and we're going to give some dating tips and ideas.
You have to be mindful with the whole concept of dating that you have to date your wife for life. So make up in your mind that dating is going to be something that you're going to do continually. Mm-hmm. I have learned that oftentimes when you don't date, it gets stale. And dating is part of the courting process. And oftentimes, since we may have married the person, we feel like we have to stop doing the things that got them. And we have learned that dating, this needs to be a part of your marriage plan, protocol that you do consistently. So tonight we got 7 things that we're going to talk about dating. Now, amazingly, research has found that married couples who go on frequent dates have a lower divorce rate. Okay, I'm going to say that real slow. Married couples who go on frequent date nights have a lower divorce rate and feel better about the quality of marriages who couples who don't. So let's talk about it right now. I need some feedback. Who watching tonight has regular date nights? All I want you to do is put a Y in the comment. Just put a Y. Right. Okay, so we're asking right now, who has regular date nights? Right. Okay, Pastor, what's regular? Let's say
it's consistent.
Okay, we'll do the word consistent. I was going to say a certain time per month, but who has consistent date nights? Put a yes. Okay, Miss Terry, I believe that. Right. I believe that. John's a good dude. To God be the glory. He's a good guy. Yeah. Who has consistent date nights? Put a yes or no or Y or N. All right. I see you. I see you. Bless Williams. I see you. Praise God. You got consistent date nights. That's a blessing. That is a blessing. Yeah. Amen. 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 But I don't see a whole bunch of yeses.
Is it?
Oh, see. So
it's important that even if you're not being consistent, this is something that you can work on. If this is something that you're saying, hey, we don't do it on a regular basis and we should, then this is something you can change. It's something you can improve upon. Not every relationship is perfect, so this is something that you can work on.
And I have definitely faltered. I've made commitments and I don't always follow through. And some months is bad months, but I try to catch up. I know we went on a lot of date nights on vacation. But you try.
That doesn't count.
Oh, don't do me like that.
No, it doesn't.
How does that don't count?
If you're on vacation, the whole vacation's date night.
That's my whole point. It counts.
It doesn't count. It's more important that you're consistent on a regular basis and you don't have to wait for a vacation to connect.
Correct.
So some of the ways that date night is important for your relationship. Number one, the experience creates connection and
moments to bond.
It gives you moments to bond.
By setting a date, Amos 3:3 says this: how can two walk together unless they agree? Another definition says, how can walk together unless they set an appointment? What we're doing by a date time is we're set aside. What I want you to do is you're scheduling your marriage importance. Okay. You are saying that my marriage, my relationship is important enough that we're going to set a date and a time that we're going to connect. So it's a point of connection. So what you're doing is as we schedule something, we are scheduling an experience, something to do. And we're making our relationship important.
You're creating memories with the person. Number 2, communication. Your communication always improves the more you communicate. The less you communicate, the more of a challenge communication is going to be for you in your relationship. And communication is an ongoing thing. It's never going to be where you've conquered it and you never have to work on it again. As you evolve and as you get better as people, as a couple, you have to constantly work on your communication skills.
One of the things I do during our date nights is I have questions that I ask. Okay, so how are you doing? Okay, how are we doing? What could we work on? How could I improve? I know Charmaine usually asks, so how am I doing, babe? Or, what areas of our relationship can we work on or improve?
Right.
we have made it a place to where we could have real, raw, and relevant conversation in reference to our relationship. And by doing it consistently, it is no longer, we have to talk. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if you're always talking, you never have to have the
talk. Right.
No one wants to hear, listen, we need to talk.
Right.
Because usually when you talk, it's
not
never a good thing. I don't know if anybody else out there, when they say a person, male or female, we need to talk. Is that a positive or
usually
a negative?
My stomachs are certain. He's like, "Oh, Charmaine, you got we need to talk," and I'm like, "Oh, what do you mean talk about? I don't want to wait for it. Just tell me what it is." But I do want to say too that on date night, if you feel like those types of questions would cause, because of your past, conflict, then it may not be the best time to talk about those things or bring certain questions up, because date night is not supposed to be punishment night for one of you guys. It's supposed to be a good time. So this isn't the time to like resolve some big issue in your relationship. This is a time for you guys to like relax and have fun and get to know each other.
Yeah, it's a balance. I mean, you cannot, don't apply our model if you are not there.
Right. It takes time.
It takes time to be able to have, challenging conversations without it putting a whole damper on the evening.
Right.
Because it can.
Right.
You bring up,
bring up the wrong thing and then
we going back to the room and just
the whole date is done.
It happens.
Yeah, it does. And it's happened to us before too. That's why I mentioned it. Number 3, have fun. Date night is supposed to be about having fun. It's not supposed to be, like I said,
arduous.
Right.
Work. I saw a good idea. We tried it, but I didn't fulfill it. But write down 10 places you'd like to go on a date. Mm-hmm. Okay. And you can make you can roll dice or spin something, and you kind of make it random. Mm-hmm. Or you put 10 numbers on a piece of paper in a bag, shake the bag up, and you have one of you pick the number out of the bag, and whatever the number is where you go to. Meaning now you create some spontaneity that you did not have.
Right.
Sometimes we allow ourselves to go through seasons of malaise or boredom because
I asked Josiah to get him.
The dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. We go through seasons of malaise or doubt because we're bored. Right. So by doing that, you can spark it up, change it up, tweak it, tweak it. Huh? Twerk it. Huh?
Twerk it.
Hey, listen, you may have to do a twerk class. I think it's a great idea.
Well, I actually saw that idea too, babe, where a couple wrote down, their favorite places that they would want to go, and then they put in a jar. And then they pull out, the different things, they pull it out randomly. Correct. Whatever you pull is where you go.
It brings creativity. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing that you want to get. You want to be creative and spontaneous.
Spontaneous.
Yes, combustion.
Spontaneous. Number 4.
Romance.
Not all dates are going to be romantic. But you do want to add an element of romance to your date nights, because
if you can.
Yeah, if you can.
I know I had a wedding I had in Clearwater, mm-hmm. and I invited her to come hang with me, and we got a hotel room, and I went and got some flowers and kind of flowered the whole room up, and just trying to be different. Now you have to understand, we've been married, we're going to get 25 years, and I think that's the first time I've ever done that. Right. Have I done it before?
No.
And my point to you is, though I've been with her 25 years, I'm still trying to find spontaneity and creativity and romance.
Right. Now, we've had the hotel do it. The hotel has done it for us, but I knew that you had went in ahead of time, and not that, it was just beautiful.
But it wasn't like professional,
Well, no, it looked very professional, babe. No, it looked awesome, but we've had the hotel do it, but you haven't done it. When you did it, and I saw that you had taken the time out to go to the room ahead of time and do that, that was special.
Little small stuff, man. And all we did, we got there, we watched Netflix, went to sleep. Real talk, went to sleep. Did the wedding off. Well, I don't even know all that.
Right. Well, you don't want to talk about all we did.
That night we went to sleep. It was in the morning. In the morning. Come on, man. He's trying to get me off topic.
5, commitment. I love to communicate. I was just thinking, no, we did it that night, but whatever. It doesn't matter.
See, there you go. What we have to do is we have to commit to certain times in reference to our dating. And I think it's something that you should commit to now. Don't commit to what you can't fulfill.
The thing is if you're going to say we're going to have date night once a week and the person is, counting on you to do what you say, that is like the first thing that, will come up in conversation.
Throw it up in your face.
If you don't do what you say. So this is a part of building trust too. If you're going to say that this is something that's important to our relationship and important to you, you want to make sure you do what you say. So even if one week you guys are super busy and you're not able to go out and do date night, do something romantic in the bedroom. Have a picnic on the floor somewhere in your house. Get creative. Cook dinner together and go out on the patio and eat. Change it up. Even if it's just having wine and cheese somewhere and watching the sunset. If you don't have time, making those little efforts into doing something to make up for not being able to do it, because your spouse knows both of your schedules. They know when you have a crazy week. They'll be more understanding if you make effort or at least acknowledge the fact that, hey, babe, we're going to have a crazy week this week. We probably won't be able to do date night, but let's do this.
Correct.
Or what would you like to do in lieu of us going out because we have this crazy schedule?
Correct.
Just acknowledge it. I think that helps.
Number 6, de-stressing. We're all stressed, and dates can give us an outlet to kind of just drop the stress.
Distress and just relax.
A movie, pizza, go out, ice cream, go to Cold Stone. Get you a blizzard.
It doesn't always have to be like a financial burden to go out and have dinner.
We'll go out and just have a Reese's peanut butter cup blizzard.
In the car.
And just sit there and have the blizzard and eat it.
And just talk.
If you don't know what a blizzard is, like an ice cream sundae. Something like that.
And Jomo loves them.
I love them. They're from the Lord.
Yes. We'll leave a restaurant and go to Dairy Queen or Sonic.
Yeah, you pay $15 for dessert, and I go to Sonic, I give you $3, and I actually like it.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. You actually like the Reese's peanut butter cup with extra Reese's peanut butter cup. Did I get a mini? The mini.
That's what you get. It's a mini. Mm-hmm.
It's of the Lord.
Yeah.
Number
7.
It breaks up the routine. It breaks up. What we want to do is the work, kids, life. You want to find a way to break up the monotony. Mm-hmm. And date night should be almost like a celebration. You know what I'm saying? You can, if you have kids, leave the kids, get a babysitter, whatever it is. It could be an outlet to where, I can't wait for date night.
Right.
Right. And I think we want to have that kind of excitement. I know what we did initially, we had it Monday nights. Mm-hmm. My in-laws would watch the kids and we would go somewhere. Now someone would say, why Monday night? Because most restaurants are not packed on Monday nights.
Right.
Friday nights.
Get a reservation.
Correct. It's easier to get in, get out, low maintenance. So Friday and Monday nights were good nights for us. Now, sometimes it didn't work out the way, but the thought was, on my phone, I get an alarm, Monday night, 7 o'clock, it's date night. Now, of course, when I don't fulfill it, I feel like, I didn't fulfill it, but the goal is to have a consistent date night.
Right.
Now, you may not be able to do it weekly. It may be bi-weekly. It may be monthly. But my point is, start the habit of cherishing each other and taking each other places. Right. Again, it doesn't have to be money, but it's more about time.
That's it. And I think too, the little things that you can do to be consistent together, like, if you guys could take a walk in the afternoon, depending on your schedules, that's awesome if you could be consistent with it. If you can do something in the morning, like have a morning meditation or pray together before you leave for work. Anything you can do together and be consistent and have that connection on a daily basis, it alleviates a lot of arguments, a lot of misunderstandings. It opens both partners up to be able to communicate on a different level because you do something every day together.
Correct.
You don't feel so intimidated or not sure of how the person might respond or react. If you say something that may throw them off, or that you may deem could go left, you're less hesitant to do it because you're making those daily connections.
Hey, Ron, number 6 was de-stressing.
Yes.
One of the keys to date nights is a de-stressor.
So I go through all of them. Number 1 is experience creates connection. Number 2 is communication. Number 3 is have fun. Number 4 is romance. Number 5 is commitment. Number 6 is de-stressing. Number 7 is break up the routine.
Now, we're going to talk about some date night tips. These are date night tips.
Some do's and don'ts.
These are 7 date night tips to do. Okay, number 1, be on time.
Ladies.
Preach, talk to them, Charmaine. Talk to them. I'm going to sit back and listen.
If your husband says, I have somewhere I want to take you, I need you to be ready at 6 o'clock. It takes you a cool hour to get ready. Don't start getting ready at 6:30, girlfriend. Start getting ready at 5:30. Give yourself plenty of time. If you don't have the time, like let's say you're getting off from work, bring some of your stuff with you to work if you know you're going to go on a date the night before, or already have your makeup, put your makeup on for work in mind with after work, I'm going out. So all I can do is just maybe put some extra eyeliner or mascara on and give it an evening look. I can actually, if you guys want, I can do a makeup tutorial. I used to do my makeup for work, and then you can change a daytime look to an evening look like that. And it would be very easy. You don't have to take your makeup off and put it back on. Have your hair already done. You can even, if it means you can be on time for your husband or your spouse or your significant other, bring that outfit to work, girl. Change in the bathroom and be ready when you get home.
Nothing can throw a date night off like being late, but that's a start. Because my point is,
because if they have a reservation or something time, like let's say he's trying to take you on a dinner cruise, you can't be late for a dinner cruise.
Please
they don't wait.
They're not waiting for you.
They
one thing I have learned, what we do in our relationship has been beneficial. I tell her what time I need her to be ready.
Yeah,
way ahead of time. I said, listen, we got to be there for 6:45. That means we need to leave here at 6. So that means you need to start at 4 or whatever time it is for you, based on your.
And and your spouse, like for me, when he says we have to leave at 6, I'm thinking I got to start getting ready at 4 because I need an hour to get the kids together. If I'm fixing them dinner or doing something for them first and then getting myself ready, then I have to allocate all that time. Whereas he might be just watching TV and then get up and get himself together and get in the car.
Wow. Wow. Brother Ja, was that a jab? Brother Ja, was that a jab? I know you be counting score. Mm-hmm. I think that was a jab. I think that was a jab right there. I do help.
That was real, raw, and relevant.
No, I do help. I do.
You do help. You do.
Man, you just went in out of nowhere. You were just teaching so good. Look at Josh said, wow. Oh, see, she went in on me right there. It's all good.
I don't know. I think I was being honest.
Josh said that was a punch. I believe it was an uppercut.
That was being honest.
Okay, number 2. This is mine. Consistently touching throughout the night. Holding hands.
That's good.
Especially
if you want some.
Especially if you want some. Sometimes she'll rub on my head when we driving. And I'll be like, man, that feel good. Mm-hmm. Just rub on the back of my head while we driving. That's a winner. Sometimes when we driving.
It's called a primer.
Oh, a primer.
Yeah.
So when you rub on.
Anyway.
No, I like that. Let's stay right there. Primers. So what I do as a primer, I rub on her thighs when we're driving. So I'll be driving one hand on the steering wheel and not be rubbing on the leg.
I don't know if that's legal.
Why isn't that legal? I'm not saying I'm rubbing in between her thighs. I'm just rubbing on
my thigh.
I'm rubbing her thigh.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is start the touching early.
Right.
See, some people make the mistake. They're trying to touch when they get in the bed. No.
You don't start touching.
You don't start touching the bed. You start, praise God, in the beginning. So my point is, open a door, touch her hand, hold her hand. When you're driving, even something like this, you driving and you drive with your hands like this and you just rub it. You're just rubbing fingers together. That's it. All we trying to do is trying to get connections.
Just trying to get connections. Okay.
It increases in endorphins. I'm telling y'all, you need to be doing some rubbing and some just rub it back. You know what I'm saying?
One of my dating tips.
Just be rubbing and stuff.
One of my dating tips is put your cell phone down. Put your cell phone down.
Put your cell phone down. Now, a good idea because, again, people want the attention on them.
Right.
So if you want the attention to be on you later, you need to put the cell phone down now.
Yes. And the iPads.
I stopped bringing iPads in the restaurant.
I wasn't talking about you. I was just saying iPads. So if you felt convicted, I'm joking. Okay.
I like you, Maggie. Yours? Maggie says, I love it when my hubby puts his hand on my thigh while driving. Come on, girlfriend. I feel you on that.
I just don't think we should put it on camera.
What you mean?
Because I don't think that's legal. I think you're supposed to have your both hands on the steering wheel. If we have any officers of the law.
Well, what we're saying is at stop signs, when the car is not in motion.
No, it's cool.
You put your hand over there. Nice. And you just,
and it makes you feel special.
Yeah.
You're thinking about me while you're driving.
Yeah, rub on the leg a little bit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And, they walking, you just walk, touch the booty a little bit. I ain't say grab it. I just said touch it. That's all I'm saying. My premise is touch is not the same thing. Touching is important.
Right, it is.
All right. Number 3. This is my point. Assume positive intent. Mm-hmm. On date night, assume the best. Sometimes it's a poor communication. Assume positive intent because if not, one situation that goes south can blow up the whole night.
Right.
If we're on a date night, it's because I want to be with you. If we're on a date night, it's because I want to take you out. If we're on a date night, because what happens if one aspect of the date goes a little off, sometimes we can go off. Mm-hmm. No, assume positive intent. Okay, the person, so it doesn't go left. He might have forgot. He might have this, but we're here. Let's make the most of being here.
That's good.
Yeah, because I've seen some people go on dates and just blow up.
Yeah.
All right. What's the next one?
One of mine is practice active listening.
Okay.
So some people can tend to talk about themselves a lot. And it's just a natural thing. Like if you get nervous and you don't know what to say, you talk about yourself because it's easy to talk about yourself. But sometimes it can make the other person feel like they're not interested in them. So you might want to engage them in some questions like Jomo mentioned earlier, like he'll ask me questions and then he'll wait and actively listen to what I have to say. So it gives me an opportunity to talk or say something. Because a lot of couples, one person is more outgoing and more talkative and then the other person's quiet. Well, if you know that your spouse is quiet, engage them more in conversation and not talk to them, talk to them, not at them.
One of the key aspects of this that we have to be cognizant of is some people feel like, I don't know what to ask. Let me help you. Get a book. Okay. You don't have to be a genius here. I'm not. All I do is I look up questions that could be intriguing. Why? Because I'm preparing for the date. Right. Even when we go out with couples, we will be in a car on the way to the date and we ask each other, what are we going to talk about when it's time to talk? Meaning we are preparing for a conversation for a date we're about to go on.
Right.
So the same energy that we put in preparing for a date with a couple, you should prepare for your wife. Hey, you know what? What's going on in her life right now that may be a good thing that she may want to talk about or share? How's it, put the energy in is what I'm saying. Before we had football games, we had a scouting report. And you would scout out to see, what to talk, what to focus on, what to think about. So why don't you scout your wife? Why don't you scout your husband? Why don't you talk about things they want to talk about and just be a ready listener?
That's good. A ready listener. I like that.
Yeah, that's James 1:19.
All right.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's the Bible.
That's the book.
That's the book.
Okay, so now dating ideas. So
that's good. Ask some good questions. That's good. Go ahead, Mom.
Right. I wanted to break this up into two categories with dating ideas, so that way it can get your creative juices flowing too, because it doesn't have to be some that we suggest tonight, but it may get your thoughts going as to some dates you can have with your spouse. So one of the ideas is learn something new together. So some of my ideas for learning something new together would be a cooking class, learning like if you don't do desserts, or
parasailing.
If you've never done like a full Italian meal or something, there's cooking classes where you could learn those types of things together. You can go to art classes. Dance classes are always fun. Horseback riding would be something, that you and I have never done before, but like if it's something that you or your spouse have never done before, that could be fun. Skiing. We live in Florida, so there wouldn't be any skiing unless it's fake snow, but if you go on a vacation, that might be a good date night option. And then another category for ideas for dates would be romantic dates. So these would be the dates that were more, I guess, quiet and conversational, which would be like watching the sunset with maybe some wine and cheese, or having like a picnic at a park, an elegant picnic.
Sip.
Yes. A dinner cruise would be another romantic, outing or date night idea.
We love jet skiing. We just started.
Jet skiing was something.
What was that? Was it parasailing? Not parasailing. What was the thing?
We did parasailing in Hawaii.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
I could do that again.
Me too.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Well, you got to do it twice. You were lucky.
I did. It was my birthday.
Yeah.
It's my birthday. So romantic dates, and then dates where you learn something new together would be great category dates. So just to give you some ideas of some things that you could possibly pick for your next date night.
Tremendous. Well, make sure you subscribe.
Yes.
To our YouTube page, Jomo and Charmaine, or you can follow me on Facebook, Pastor Jomo. We have a lot of good ideas coming forth, a lot of things we're planning to do, and we want to make sure that you stay engaged. We love you to life. Remember, love, laugh, and learn.
Have a wonderful evening, everyone.
Have a wonderful evening. Love you. Bye-bye.